Let's go.
Hey, welcome to Friday Night Gaming Podcast, episode 34. It's your boy Trigun 411. Before I introduce you to my co-host, he once started OnlyFans as of today. Go ahead and subscribe, your boy. Let's get.
I saw the success you had, my guy. I had to jump on it. You know what I'm saying? Pony, let's go.
That's side hustle, bro. Let's get it, baby. Oh man, welcome to the pod. Go ahead and hit them, Si. Go ahead and let them know where they can find the God.
Hey, you can find me at twitch.tv/Scythex, twitter.com/Scythex_, and OnlyFans. Nah, never mind.
Don't even give it out yet. You gotta make sure that thing up and running, Playboy. Anyway, find your boy on Twitter. Finally changed that at. Shout out to Cy. I didn't think you could change it, but you can. At Trigun411, the original Don Dada. I never said that before. That sounded kind of cool. Twitch.tv/Trigun411. My Twitch is taken off. I have a half a subscriber, $2.99 a month. You dig? Let's get it. Follow us on Instagram at FNG Podcast. The Instagram is actually back. Shout out to Cy. Cy's the engine. He does all the work behind the scenes. I just talk on Sundays.
If I don't forget, I'll actually post stuff. So
yeah, no, we post like we back to posting like a picture a week instead of one picture every 2 years. Download us on iTunes, Google Play, YouTube. iOS users can download us. Android users can download us. And now on Spotify, even though my man Joe Budden left, we still at Spotify, baby. Let's get it.
Let's go.
And without further ado, let's dive right in. Yo, who's in the chat, by the way? Oh, shout out Fly. Let's go.
Yo, Fly in this bitch.
Yo, let's get it. Fly just won that 1 month free sub to 5 OnlyFans. You dig?
Let's go.
Oh man, Chief.
Well, let's kick this thing off. How you doing, buddy?
Yo, I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling refreshed off this. I'm back into that Rocket League. I got my coffee going.
Yeah.
I'm feeling good. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to, my OnlyFans going to a new level. Might even drop some nipples this week. You dig? I mean, no, I'm just kidding. Anyway.
Yeah. And you popped the air horn. Let's go.
Shout out to nipples. All right.
Shout out.
I'm just joking.
Yo,
I don't have OnlyFans.
All right, guys. Let's dive into what happened Friday night. Let's look back at Friday. So the boys get on. We got me, we got Try, we got Shanza.
This man Pac was MIA.
Completely MIA. This man been amped all week and he was passed out. But
he was practicing. I was waiting for him to be the GOAT, but he was done, my boy.
Facts. So it was three of us. We had a 3v3 tournament we wanted to do.
Hell yeah.
So we basically practiced all night until midnight when the tournament kicked off, and we were feeling good, chat.
Yo, hell yeah.
We're making plays. We're hitting it off the wall.
Yo, alley-oops, all that. We was like ready to go.
We were like a well-oiled machine. Midnight hit. That came to a screeching halt. Let me tell you.
Oh man, Chief, how we did in that first tourney though,
bruh. We had clan tags, everything. We're about to get wet. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, that drippy drip,
that drip, and bro, we hit a brick wall round one. Those dudes, what did they beat? They beat our ass like six something. I don't know.
It was like 5-1, 2 minutes.
Yeah,
I was
it was a massacre, guys. A complete
how do I
massacre.
back out? That shit was wild, buddy. And like,
yeah,
they only had one guy who was actually good, but he was really good. So, and we couldn't stop him apparently. So,
yeah, no, there was no stopping that guy. We got our ass beat basically.
Nah, we got crushed.
We were out so fast. We were able to get into the second chance bracket. So man. We're like, all right, let's brush it off. Brush the shoulders off.
We had to do something. We was down bad.
We get into the we get into the second chance bracket, and we wash the first team. Wash them.
Yeah.
We're like, all right, we back. We found our groove. We found our groove. Second round.
I think it wasn't it 2v3 actually for that first round even?
I don't think it was.
Oh word. It might not have been. Who knows? I can't even remember.
Yeah,
but I don't remember. Watched the first team for sure.
I don't remember.
So that was dope.
The second match I felt like was incredibly sweaty. Like,
yeah,
it was 0-0 for most. I just watched the replay of what just happened on screen.
Watched you and Chante run into each other. I was like, bro.
Chat, this is what we were doing last night in the tournament.
Oh my god, Chief.
Anyways, I circled that ball like 7 times. Anyways, second game was crazy sweaty. It was like 0-0 for like most of the match. And we ended up pulling it off and making it to the next round. So now it's round 3. We noticed somebody drops, and we're like, oh shit, it's a 3v2 in the quarterfinals. We're about to move on. This is an easy dub. We're feeling good. I think we even scored first, first 2 goals or whatever. And all of a sudden, this team of 2, aerial after aerial after aerial, they're keeping the ball in our territory. They're scoring. We're like, what the hell just happened? Like they legitimately came back and beat our ass,
bro. We were up 2-1, and I'm like, yo, they have 2 people. We gotta get this done. Yeah. And then they proceeded to just bust our ass. It was like we couldn't even gather ourselves to get right. I was talking to Sean the other day, and I said, bro, do you realize all we had to do was one of us could have been assigned to blow up one of their players? Then it would have been 1v2. Like, he's like, wow, like
that's actual facts. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, that's like I just thought of it today. I'm like,
that's why we weren't ready for the tournament.
Nah, we definitely wasn't.
We weren't ready. But you know what? Ready. It was good to experience and know what to expect in a way.
That's actually a very good point. And like, not to be corny, but like, you learn more from losses than you do from a win, and then we got our ass washed up. So that's how you like learn. You know what I mean? So next time, competitive Rocket League is not a thing. This man fly,
this guy. That's why it's on ESPN and everything.
Yo, that's a fact. That's why Krenobi is top 10 esports player in the world. Now, we got to get Fly in there.
Yeah, Fly's got to join us.
Fly needs to get in this Rocket League thing, man. Because I mean, he's not official unless he's in Rocket. That's a fact.
You got to join us one night, Fly. Yeah, I know we made you download it, but we got to do it. We got to. Yo,
I'm gonna put this bet on the pod right now. If Fly joins us one night in some matches, I will re-download COD on God. Let's go, but good buddy. Let's go. How you like that, Fly? You heard it here first. If Fly gets on Rocket League with us, I will re-download COD. Let's get it, my boy.
Bruh. Let's go.
Oh man. That's crazy.
I'm with it. We got to get this man on there. But so I mean, we weren't ready for the tournament. We won a couple rounds in like the losers bracket, apparently. Invites and before,
but I felt like we was ready to take the goal, baby. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh man. He said invites have been empty. I've been here. Oh, this man. I mean, low key, that's kind of true, but Sai been, you know what I mean? He ain't been on his good friend. So I mean, what can you do?
Shut up, guy.
But you got You gotta expect that from that guy.
Nah, bro, we've been having full squads.
Yeah, nah, that's
we
true.
gotta
we gotta get
branch out into other nights. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. We'll definitely get on that.
What's the name? And the problem with the tournament fly is it's only 3v3. So it's like even when we have a full squad, it's like you can't do the tournament. So
if we have 4, it's not like you could break it down into a 2v2 or even a 3.
Yeah, it doesn't let you. So we got to find a night where we can all like just play, and then tournament nights just figure out who's available and whatever. But anyways,
that's fire.
Let's move on. So that was the boys on Friday night. We got it. We have the itch. We have the itch. I know Try is dying to get back. He actually did get back in and get washed, by the way. I have the proof.
How you just going to throw me under the bus?
I have the proof. This man, he joined a team of tournament winners and got washed round 1. Thoughts?
Yo, but here's the reality. To be honest, that's actually a fact. But here's the reality. You thought they would carry me. I'm playing with 2 dudes as a random one. I'm playing with 2 dudes who have season 2 tournament winner under their belt. Yo, I finished second in the scoring by 20 points. The one dude at the bottom, who's a tournament winner, air quotes, had 90 points. So like I held my own. They were just trash, my guy. And that's all I have to say. That's a fact. I'm a rocket god, buddy. And I'm going to win that tourney no matter what, buddy. Just wait.
Yeah, so he was basically the weakest of the team. Anyways, moving on. We got.
Oh my god.
We got to get more Rocket League going. The game's always fun. Every time we come back to it, it's like, bro, we got to play this more, and then we like go away for a while. But
now,
this week at gaming, what?
Yeah, speaking of Rocket, I'll just hit him with what I've been doing. Rocket League. I've basically been playing Rocket League. I'm getting back into it, like Sai was saying, and I've been playing Ghost of Tsushima. I'm 69 hours into Ghost of Tsushima. I'm almost done with the game for sure. I'm trying to get that plat. Yo, the game is unbelievable. It's my hands down best game I've ever played. And I won't go into reasons why, but I'd be more than willing to have that discussion with anybody because the game is unbelievably good. The narratives are crazy. I changed to an HDR monitor, so the graphics are 10 times what I thought they were because I was playing on this bootleg ass 2006 like 65-inch screen. But the game is fire, and I'm having a lot of fun gaming again. I'm trying to game as much as I can as of late. So that's kind of what I've been doing. What you been doing, Si?
Rocket League and Warzone, and that's it. I have, dude. I have the Call of Duty itch again, man, and it's getting bad because I'm getting legitimately pissed off that I'm playing poorly, but I can't stop playing. Damn. I can't stop playing, and it's aggravating me that I can't stop playing. You know, it's just I sign on. I'm like, I look at all the games I have, and I'm like, yo, I gotta play all these story games, and I'm excited to play it. And then like I sit down, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna load up Warzone. Like I
feel you.
I just can't, man. I can't do it. But
hey, shout out to wifey.
Yo, shout out to wifey. Let's go.
Let's get it.
Yeah, so
that mile, you gonna finish at Spider-Man though? I mean, what's good, my boy?
I booted up PlayStation before our Rocket League session, and I'm like staring at. I'm like, do I play this? Because I was actually on before you guys somehow on Friday.
Yeah, I think I saw that actually.
And I was gonna pop in Spider-Man for a little bit, and then I'm like, nah. I'm like, nah, that's crazy. I'm good. But anyways, I got to get back on it. I'm on the Warzone shit again, and Rocket League. I need a tournament win, so those are the 2 things I'm doing.
Damn.
But with that being said, Try, what's on your mind, buddy?
Yo, here's the thing. So I wasn't even gonna get into it on the pod, but I'll dive in a little bit just because I feel like I gotta say this. And here's the thing. This is going to sound like hate coming from me, a Twitch streamer who has 100 followers, 5 subs, you know, a YouTube channel with 267 subs. So I'm nothing on the internet. I realize this, but here's the reality.
Nothing yet.
I got it. I'm nothing yet. There you go. I'm nothing yet, but here's the reality. And not to get too serious with it. the way I am, what's impressive to me about people in general is the way they treat other people. That impresses me. I'm not impressed by you have 1 million subs. I'm not impressed by Ninja. I'm not impressed by PewDiePie. I'm not impressed by, Morgan Freeman, I'm not impressed by LeBron James. I'm not impressed by famous people who have out of the world talent. I'm like, cool, good for you. Your movies are cool. I watch your sports, cool. I'm not in awe of any of these people. And here's I say that to say this. I'm looking at some of these Twitch streamers, and let's keep it a buck. Some of these Twitch streamers are just the way that they treat their fans and potential fans is like, it's just not cool. And like at the end of the day, I'm impressed by people who treat people well. Like Fly is a dope streamer, treats people man cool. Z's a dope streamer. Si's a dope streamer. Like you come in, anyone I'm like, yo, what's up, man? What's good? And I know like a big streamer is like has a 1 million followers, so you kind of like each follower, I guess, is worth less to some people, but it comes across like that way to some in some streams. And I feel like my point is, just because you stream and you have hundreds or thousands of followers doesn't mean you can be a dick to people for no reason. And I found that situation recently, more so as of late, with like just streamers who are streaming and like they're just like, yo, like that's not cool. Like what you're saying to people and how you're treating people is not fucking cool. And it's like you still, in my mind, like being a good person is still the main thing you should be looking at. So when people come to your stream and they're asking questions and you're like, I answered that shit already, or check my YouTube channel, like I don't have time for that bullshit. Like, what are you doing, bro? Like that's not the way to grow your channel. And again, I'm a person who's still trying to grow my channel, but at the end of the day, I'm impressed by people who treat people well. And just because you stream video games on the internet and you have 100 followers on the internet, like when you turn your computer off, you're just a regular person and you have to go out and do things and be, out, obviously not with COVID, but still like you're still a human being, bro. So it doesn't matter to me that you have thousands of people. Treat people fairly and treat people with like respect. And that's, I know that sounds like hate coming from me, and I'm not trying to be a hater, because what I'm saying is this: if I had 1 million followers, 1 million subs, and people say they won't change, and I'm not saying I won't, but the common denominator for me is I always treat people with respect. And I feel like some of these streamers are like, they get full of themselves and they start acting different. And I'm like,
they get an ego and it kind of takes over.
Yeah, like don't let that ego shit cloud your judgment, bro. Like I'm still a person and people are still people who deserve respect. So like, and I get they get trolled all the time and they kind of build, like I feel like they build like this callous skin towards like internet comments and shit. And I get that. But at the end of the day, man, people are still people, and like just be cool. There's no need for you to act, brand new when you get on and stuff like that. But I just felt like I had to throw that out there. And listen, when I get 1 million follows,
you ain't talking to nobody. Let's be real.
Side gonna hit me. I'm like, new phone. Who this?
I'm gonna roll up to try stream, like, and I'm gonna be banned off the rip.
I'm gonna get a phone call at the Trigun offices. They're gonna be like, Fly on the phone. Be like, Fly who? No, I'm just joking. Yo, y'all gonna be in the office with me. We're gonna be doing CutCon 2025. Let's get it, buddy.
That's a fact.
Let's get it. But anyway, man,
I feel you on that, man. You could like, some people when they get the check mark, their attitude completely shifts, and you're like, oh, okay, all right, I see.
Don't do that. Just be who you were, man. And I'm not saying like don't evolve and don't become the person you want to be, but if the person you want to be is a dick, that's not cool no matter what. So yeah. Anyway, I had to get that off. But what's on your mind, Playboy?
I mean, what's really on my mind is kind of our next segment, but I'm just gonna briefly go into the whole Microsoft debacle with Live Gold.
Oh hell yeah!
For everyone listening, I have a whole video on this, and I will be releasing it soon.
Yeah, that's a dope vid.
But I just want to say, like, Microsoft's a bunch of dickheads. Like, straight up.
Oh
They
my god.
they they tried to double the price of their online
Yeah,
service.
for people who don't know,
Yeah,
if anyone
like,
doesn't know, like that's what they
if to
did.
play online you need Xbox Live Gold, and they tried to double the price. So if PS Plus is $60 a year. But that gives you free games, everything, blah 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 blah. Same thing with Live Gold. You get free games, everything for $60, and now it was going to be 120. So basically, to break it down, it went like, so if you played Warzone and Apex, right, it would have cost you nothing to play on PlayStation because you don't need Plus to play those games. It would have cost nothing on PC because you don't need anything on PC. You just download the game. On Xbox, it would have cost you $120 a year to play Apex and Warzone. Like, just to put it in perspective on what Microsoft was trying to do, like, it was complete dog shit.
No, that's wild.
And to me, it was them trying to force you into getting Game Pass, because Game Pass is in Xbox Live Gold is included with the Ultimate Game Pass.
Yeah.
So they wanted you to pay the monthly $15, and if you weren't gonna do that, you were paying $120 a year. Like, just for gold, and you don't even get Game Pass. They were trying to screw you, because in reality, Game Pass is a way better value for your buck.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
The service is incredible. You know me, I might sound like a fraud because I'm a Sony head, but Game Pass is legitimately almost a perfect online service.
Like service, yeah.
For gaming.
And I 100% agree with you, and I think that's an awesome. That's and I keep it like, I'm not even a Sony head. Like, I can go, whoever has the best product and is doing the best things is kind of who I rock with. But like, with Microsoft, here's the thing: what you're saying, Si, here's exactly what they did. Dudes was in the board and it was like, all right, we don't have any new games. Games Pass is doing well, and Microsoft at the end of the day, they're like, all right, how can we make some more money? Dude was like, hey, double that live, fam. Dude was like, dude, they're not stupid. They're not going to go for that. But no. Try it. The fanboys might push it, and it might be okay. They came out with that shit. The fanboy, shout out to Kiss Move. The fanboys were like, nah, G, we ain't paying that. When the fanboys turn on you, that's when you know. And that's exactly what happened. The gamers spoke. Xbox
people who only play Xbox were screaming at them, and it got to a point where they had to pull back. And
that's exactly what they happened.
Yeah, and so now it's back down to 60, and it's funny because the old vice president of Microsoft, I believe it was Microsoft, or was it just the Xbox division?
Hold
on, I'm sorry. Xbox's former corporate vice president, Mike Ybarra, said, he basically said that this whole thing was a huge cluster, and he basically he's basically saying that Xbox should just eliminate Live Gold and offer Game Pass Ultimate.
No, that's a fact.
So, like, if you want to play online, you pay this monthly subscription or yearly, whatever, and you get Game Pass, you get online services, and you get everything all in one. And just scrap the whole Live Gold thing.
No, and that would be genius. And I'll tell you this right now: like, I don't have an Xbox, but if I did, I would definitely have Games Pass, and I would be pissed that I'm paying for gold. Even with a PC, I'm actually looking to. I'm thinking about Games Pass. The only reason I haven't pulled the trigger on Games Pass is right now because I got like 40 games backlog, and there's nothing pressing other than like Gears 5 maybe. I don't really. There's nothing pressing that I want to play. That's solely like on Xbox really. So I'm definitely, but it's something that I would do. The problem that Microsoft is going to have, they need people to buy their consoles, and I feel like that's not really happening.
Yeah, and here's my last point to this whole thing. They're actively as I said before, they're actively pushing you to Game Pass.
Yeah.
And the reason why that's so significant is because you don't need an Xbox to have Game Pass now.
Mm-hmm.
They're legitimately trying to destroy their console players in my eyes. Like, they want everyone on PC. They want everyone on their Game Pass service. And I honestly, either next gen or the gen after is probably the end of Xbox. They might make one more console after this generation, and
I'm
then
saying I'm gonna make a bold prediction.
and think they're
Even though I
done.
actually agree with you, I think they have one more. But in my heart of hearts, I think they're done because to me, they're money making. And here's the thing: people shit on Xbox. Microsoft has made money consistently this entire time. So even though all the fans was like they're losing the console war, which obviously they lost last gen, but losing in what way? And like in our minds on Twitter and social media, because Microsoft has made money hand over fist the entire time. With Games Pass, they're making even more money. So here's my thing: they're probably going to be like eventually they're going to be like, you know what? We're making mad money regardless. So why are we going to produce more hardware? I could see them going like, yo, the next Xbox is legit going to be a system, air quotes, PC. Like I could, the Xbox computer, like I could, because why every single new release game coming out in 2021 with the ones that say Xbox only, then you go over to the right column, it says PC. Yes. I'm like, so it's not Xbox only. It's a
Right.
like it's PC. Like so
It's
they're not.
Microsoft only.
Yes, like it. Yes, exactly. It's Microsoft only. So my question to Xbox gamers is always, why do you have a console, bruh? Why do you have that console? Like, what's the point? And I don't understand why. So anyway,
That's my reasoning for always. Now, granted, Sony always has the better games, and then whatever people argue, whatever. I'm not getting into that, but in my opinion, Sony has the better exclusive games.
No, there's no doubt they have for every 5 exclusive that game that Sony makes, Microsoft is making only one. So
yeah, and it's usually like a sequel of something.
Yeah,
but my point is, like, if you're gonna have a console, I would think it's gonna be a PlayStation, only because all you need is a PC for Xbox.
No, that's,
you know what I mean. Like,
if that's my point. Like, and people say, "Oh, you guys are Sony fanboys." It's not, bro. I don't give a damn. I actually don't care about Sony or Microsoft at all. I care about me as a gamer and my fellow gamers, and I want us to get the best product. So, like, I'm looking at it like this. If people say, "Yo, try, what do I buy?" I'm gonna tell them, but you're gonna buy a PlayStation 5 and build a PC, because now you can literally play. Well, okay, if you want to Switch, go ahead and buy a Switch. That's cool. I'm cool with that. I don't have a Switch, but I don't have the need to play Zelda because that's the only game they have. Anyway, so that's cap, but still. If you buy a PC, build a PC, buy a PS5, you can literally play every game ever, with the exception of the new Nintendo games, and like there's only like 5 of them out there that are worth playing. So but you have a whole, not only do you have all the thousands of PC games, you have the hundreds of PS5 exclusives, and you have now the whole Xbox library on Games Pass. So like, why do you need anything other than
Xbox is legitimately inviting you to get rid of their console?
That's what I'm saying. They're cutting off their nose to spite their face, and here's why. The Games Pass is making them so much money, and here's the reality. Think about this. Think about this as a business standpoint. If you're buying Games Pass, you're paying for something, and they're providing you with old games or relatively new games digitally. So realistically, they're not paying anything to provide. They're really paying a minimal amount. Think about it business wise. So even if it's cheap, $10 a month, whatever it is, they're paying $1 for you to be able to download all those games. So like they're making millions of dollars from the Game Pass, and people are like, why is it so cheap? You have to understand, in business, they already do the math ahead of time. They're not going to price something. They price things to maximize profit. So they would never, for people like, how is it so cheap? These games and these licenses and these titles are all old, and they're literally, they're not paying anything to use these games. So essentially, you're paying money to play these games, and they're not paying anything. They're not shipping a disc to you. They're not putting it in plastic. They're not making
they're physically not making anything.
That's what I'm saying. So they're
just
making
all coding
all the
on
money.
The back end.
Yeah, like, and it's like, the money to run the servers, which they have to run anyway, because you have the digital platform available on Xbox. So it's like, I don't know, man. I mean, it's a genius. Microsoft is low key a genius. They're
doing it in such a scummy way, and they're doing it publicly. They're like, they're doing it in your face, basically. They're calling you a bunch of idiots to your face and saying they'll pay $120 or they'll switch to Game Pass. We don't give a fuck. But in reality, everyone screamed. Most people threatened to go to PlayStation and just drop them all together. And they're like, all right, hold up. This isn't sitting right, and we need to fall back a little bit. So it's crazy.
But if you're not to belabor this point, but if you remember, Xbox has a history of this. My man, Don Godfather Matt Cherne came out literally in 2013, and when the Xbox One was going to premiere, and said, "Hey fam, we need you online 24/7." You dig? Like, and people were like, "What? Nah, G, like, we're not doing it." And they bucked on that. And then, like, obviously Don Matrick quit over that, and like they totally reneged on everything that he basically said at the show. So that's why Xbox lost last gen, because literally they set them up talking about DRMs. You always have to be online. No, you can't borrow a game from a friend. Like, it was like wild. And so I feel like Microsoft takes a wild shot at the beginning of every gen just to see where they are.
Yeah.
And then it gets shut down, and they're like, all right, my bad, fam.
And just to close it out, what makes me laugh is like, Sony just doesn't do anything. Like, they sit back and they just let Microsoft destroy themselves. Like, it's so funny.
That's actually a fact, dude.
I don't know. It's crazy.
That's such a fact.
I don't know. I had to mention that again, because it's just crazy to me how Microsoft operates their Xbox division. But
it is wild.
Let's move on to our general topics here, and it's a pretty big one, and it's literally sweeping the world. By storm. Like, let's talk about GameStop.
Yeah.
Like,
and those of you, I always, I realize on the pod we need to like explain, because someone could be listening that actually is not familiar. So what's happening? GameStop is basically a failing video game company that sells video games and hardware. And what happened is, a year ago their stock price was like $4 a share. Their stock
at one
price,
point it was like $3.
Yeah, at one point it was like $3 or $4. And now their stock price shot up to like $3.72, kind of like overnight, because of some people getting together on Reddit and the internet, and people driving the price up by buying more and more stock. So that's just a little bit of background for people.
It like ended up becoming a meme, an internet meme, and the internet's a mob culture, and it's funny because it's actually, like, in a sense, it's good, where the mob is actually in the right, their heart's in the right place, even though they're all making a fortune off of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because basically these hedge funds, and to put it in like sports terms, you ever like bet on the under on a game where you're basically betting two teams to have the worst game possible, so you don't go over a certain number. And that's pretty much what these hedge fund guys are doing. They're betting that the company is just going to have the worst game ever and not go over a certain stock number. They're just going to keep falling and falling and falling.
Yeah.
And when Wall Street Bets on Reddit, somebody got wind of it, I guess, for GameStop, that this was happening. I think back in like March or February, somebody got wind of it, and it was on the hush hush for a while. For some reason, it exploded like in this last week because everyone found out about it.
Yeah.
But because everyone found out about it, that's what drove the price up. Because these people in the Reddit group were sitting and waiting. They were letting they were letting it rise, you know, gradually, and like they were doing their thing. But as soon as it hit the public, forget it. It was just game on, and mob mentality took over. And you know, people are tweeting, "Hold the line," and blah. And, you know, everyone's all into it, and it's becoming like you had to be there type of thing, you know.
Yeah, and it's funny because I read an article, and again, we, you know, this isn't a political podcast, and this is not a political statement. I'm just telling you, like the government, some of the government is reacted to it actually, because obviously, you know, so you have people like AOC and Elizabeth Wright talking about how Wall Street is kind of like getting.
I think even what's the name? Ted Cruz, like
a lot
people from all sides of the government were just like, this is wild and should not be happening. And basically, just not to cut you off, what shouldn't be happening is these apps where you're buying the stocks, they were essentially blocking the public from being able to buy it. And that's when governments
Robinhood
into it.
And TD Ameritrade actually took the stock off of their app, so you can't. Which is actually, it's funny because so all these people look, and the Secretary of Treasury, Janet Yellen, who's actually directly in charge of, like, not in charge, but kind of oversees Wall Street, has said she's going to continue to watch as things unfold. And here's the problem. You have Wall Street is a game that's been being played for hundreds of years. And these dudes, these hedge funds dudes, they play this game. And then when they win, they make a lot of money. And when they lose, they lose, whatever. So, but everything's kind of allowed, right? Except for insider trading. And now this has kind of come along. And here's the thing. There's something called the fair market. And the market is what it is. But because everyone's in an uproar now, because common people, this is a unique stock in the fact that the hedge funds guys and the Wall Street guys are losing every time someone buys. So all these common people, poor people, whatever, are buying these GameStop stocks. And so the Wall Street is losing, and Main Street, I'll just say Main Street as a, you know, opposition to Wall Street, the Main Street people are making mad money. And now all of a sudden it's a problem. Like, oh, like the Robinhood CEO was on a news show the other day, and one of the people were like, so you remove this stock, why? Have you removed any other stock? And they said, is it your job to remove stocks, or are you an impartial trader? Well, I had to respond. So basically, the hedge funds dudes got a hold of the Robinhood CEO and said, yo, MFA, shut this down, and we're going to shut you down. And he basically said that live on camera, and like he's getting in mad trouble for it. The hedge fund dudes, Wall Street hit him and said, yo, shut it down. They did the same thing with because if you think these Wall Street guys aren't influential or know people who are influential in the stock business, TD Ameritrade is in the stock. They trade stocks. That's their business. So these hedge fund dudes are like, yo, we got to figure out a way to shut this down because they're losing money. And here's the thing. It shouldn't be able to shut it down. It should be able to just flourish because it's a free market. And when the hedge fund guys make all the money, you know what I'm saying? Like, why is it being shut
Everything's
down now?
all good when the 1%'s robbing the 99%. Right. But as soon as the 99% starts taking over, like the alarm went off and they started freaking out.
Yeah, which is wild. But I say like this girl, I read an article, this little girl for her birthday last February got February 2019 or something like that. For her 10th birthday, her mom bought her 10 shares of GameStop. So it was like, I think it was 10 bucks or some $20.
But like, why? That's my question.
She bought her the shares because she loved video games and she wanted to teach her. It was a cute little thing. She loved video games and the mom wanted to teach her about the stock. So she goes, "Here, I bought you.
Let me buy these cheap stocks."
She bought her cheap stocks just to get her to say, "Okay, now find GameStop on the internet and see how much they." She just cashed them in last week for $3,500. So like that's fire. Like that's dope. That's so cool. And now she kind of learned about the stock market, but also like looking out. Yo, I'm not going to even lie, fam. I'm looking for that next stock to rise up. Reddit.
That Dogecoin, my guy. Apparently, Dogecoin is going to be popping soon. Yo, if Dogecoin becomes anything like Bitcoin, there's a lot of money to be made there.
Yo, there's so much money to be made in general. It's like you just got to get on that next wave, man.
Yeah.
It's like.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, everyone's trying to get in on the action now because they see what's happening. But at this point, you're kind of too late. Unless you're like stupid rich already and you can afford to drop a lot of money on a stock, because the GameStop stock is literally in the 300s. That's a lot of money per share. So it's like, I don't know. It's kind of, you missed the boat, and it's
325 currently, like rise of right now.
Yeah, and it went as high as 470 that I saw.
Yeah,
like it's insane. The numbers are insane.
Wow,
and it's the biggest like one of the biggest percentages I think of increase people have ever seen. Like it's insane.
You know what's wild? I'm looking at this right now at 2:30 p.m. At 2:30 p.m., it was at 256.
Right.
Oh my god.
The increases are insane, man.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's kind of like I was saying. It's kind of like you missed the boat on GameStop. But at what point is it going to become illegal for this to happen? When you have a mob going, yo, let's all buy one stock, to me, at some point, there's going to be some regulation happening. It's going to be sooner than later, because people are losing a lot of money that have power, and something's going to happen.
Here's the problem, though. I don't think you can regulate it because you know why. There are certain regulations, and again, I'm no expert on stock trading, but here's also the other side of it that you have to think about. The same way the 1% bets against GameStop, they also buy a ton of stocks on the other side of other companies. Right. So if you start limiting, they'll never do that, because it's a free market for a reason. You can't say you can only buy 2 shares. Like that'll never happen, because
I know. It seems like, I don't know. It's a way to rig the game, and I feel like there's going to be something at some point that's going to stop you from rigging the game.
Yeah,
because the common man is not allowed to rig the game. It's like walking into a casino with loaded dice. It's not going to be good for you in the long run. You might get a quick couple bucks, but the longer you do it, the worse it's going to get. And to me, that's how I feel.
I'm a pessimist. I do believe the 1% never loses, and they're gonna they will find a way to shut this down. It's just it's a matter of time, and they're gonna, because they're super loopholey, and they're gonna find a way. But until they do, I'm trying to get in.
You know what the way they're gonna do it is? They're gonna start buying these apps that do the trading. And they're going to start charging crazy premiums.
Yeah, they're going to start doing
just to use their service, and the common man's not going to be able to afford it. You know?
Yeah, no, there's a lot of things they can do, actually. So
I don't know. It's just crazy. And to get back to video game talk, with all this craziness going on, GameStop went from like a failing company to being worth over $12 billion. And it blows my mind because they're quiet. They're sitting there quiet. They're not saying a word. They're letting all this happen. They went from, we're only giving you $1 for your brand new video game to, we'll give you everything because we're rich as fuck,
Yeah, and it's funny because you figured like their GameStop website is like it's just the same as it always has. Like you figured GameStop
to the moon.
Put their website like do something crazy where it, like they can make a lot of money, like they should have, because everyone's searching GameStop stock or
Right.
GameStop.
Yeah, like if you go to GameStop.com, it should link you to like a stock trader's website to buy their stock.
Yeah.
Like everyone just get on it.
Yeah, nah,
that was so funny.
Oh man,
it's just crazy because buying physical games and obviously consoles are always going to have something, but places like Amazon are running the world at this point. So little stores like GameStop are they're a dying breed, and they're benefiting so much from this crazy like meme stock exchange world. It's crazy.
No, it is crazy.
But chat and everybody listening, Dogecoin to the moon.
Dogecoin, let's get it. So we're gonna to the moon. we're gonna skip way forward. Real quick, we kind of talked about Microsoft. There's no Nintendo news really. Sorry, did you want to talk about Destruction Allstars, and then I'll just mention Valve quick?
Yeah. Basically, with Xbox quickly. We talked about Game Pass, and how good it is with your value per dollar or whatever.
Yeah.
Their Xbox, the new generation, their first major exclusive dropped.
Yeah, I was shocked when I saw it.
It's free on Game Pass, so I was
dope.
able to preload it and download it on my PC
and we're talking
the night
about
before.
And
I'm excited to play it. It looks scary. It looks cool. I'm all about it.
I watched the video on it, and so basically you play as this woman. This woman's been invited to this like building or hotel or something, and not to give away the plot, but something like really tragic happened there. But she's existing. She goes to the place and she's existing in two different. You're playing as the same character, but you're in two different worlds. So like it's the same world, but in your mind, like one world is the broken down hotel, and then the other world is like your spirit, and you're in like this spirit world where there's like other spirits. So like it's bizarre because they said like when you're walking, if there's a door that's closed in one realm, you can't go forward in the other realm because there's an obstacle that you have to figure out. And it's basically like a series of like puzzles, but they're not like intricately detailed. There's stuff that you can kind of figure out using the space that you're in. And there's kind of some cool powers. There's like, because there's this thing chasing you called the Ma. And so there is some action to it, like you can run from this spirit, but it seems cool. It only got 6.75 on IGN or something, but it seems like so if you're into that kind of like scary,
spooky,
spooky kind of like, what's the game with the flashlight where you walk around? I don't know, one of those scary games, but if you're into that like Ghost Hunter kind of thing,
it's kind of like Hellblade in a sense. Like it's all about like I guess the world you're in, and you're moving between reality and this alternate reality.
Yeah.
And
so that
seems pretty cool. But yeah, no, it's free on Game Pass if you have it or whatever. So
That's
go check
dope.
it out. Moving on, as you said, we're skipping Nintendo. So Sony dropped the list for February's free games, and one of them is Destruction All-Stars. Now, if you remember, when they announced the lineup for PlayStation 5 for, you know, the games coming out, Destruction All-Stars was one of them in the state of play. And they recently put out a state of play, and if you're looking on YouTube, I have the video playing at the moment.
Oh, nice.
What's the name?
Oh, that looks like Rocket League.
Yeah, it's like Rocket League in a sense. You're in a big arena and it's cars or whatever. But what's unique about it is you can leave the car and fight the drivers in the arena, and then you can hop into other cars. And I guess I don't know if it's last man standing or team or whatever, but
Okay.
you have to like destroy your opponents, and you can kick them off the map physically or run them off the map, or, you know, because the floors drop in certain parts, and it looks like a really fun game. And I thought this was going to be like a $30 game, a $40 game, or whatever, digital only, you know, kind of like Rocket League. But they had a state of play a couple days ago when they announced this game coming to PS Plus. So this is one of the free games for February for if you have a PS5. So I'm definitely, you know, adding it to the library. If you have a PS4, I highly recommend you adding it to your library. So when you do get a PS5, you can easily download it.
That's dope. That's actually dope.
So I would definitely do that. And the game looks like a lot of fun. I'll definitely be playing it and can't wait to get into that. The other two games, do you remember what those were? I think I'm drawing a blank.
Talking about last month or this month?
For this month coming up.
Control?
Oh yeah, Control, which Control, it's funny because Control was on Game Pass, and then Control became available on Xbox Live Gold, and now it's worked its way to PlayStation. But the game got a crazy reviews. It was nominated, and I think it might have won one category a couple years ago.
Yeah, I think it did.
So the game seems like it's really cool. I'm excited to play it, and I'm glad.
Yeah, I just actually copied it. I just got it for Christmas.
Yeah, that's you got it as a gift, and now it's free, but it is what it is.
Nah, for sure.
But yeah, so we got a good lineup for February.
Yeah, no, that's tight. And then if you didn't catch, I think you can still, because it is the 29th, you can still download on PS 4 or 5, whatever, Tomb Raider and then Greedfall. I added Greedfall to the library just because it looked kind of cool, and I'm into like medieval stuff and kings and stuff. But
yeah, I should probably just add it just for shits, because if you like it and it looks cool, then I'll just do it.
I always add them, and then I'll go back, and if like the worst thing in the world is to like miss something that people
was free,
like, yo, that's fire, and you're like, oh, I can't.
That happened with Rocket League when PS4 just came out. Rocket League was free, and everyone downloaded it or whatever. And if you missed it that month, you had to pay for Rocket League.
20 bones. Yeah, I think Shanta actually had to pay the 20.
Yeah,
to play with us. Believe it or not. And kind of the last topic, really just something for PC. I thought it was worth noting. Valve is a huge company in the PC world. Valve is being sued for forcing Steam to sell their games at the same prices across all platforms. So I guess it's keeping PC game prices high. And I guess that one of the things, and I'm new to the PC world, but one of the things about PC that I've always heard is you can get the games for cheaper by going to PC, and they're always giving giving out free games and stuff like that. So Valve is basically forcing them to it says here dominant platform of a game developers to distribute and sell PC games to people. So because of Valve is like a huge developer, they're basically forcing PC to sell their games like Steam for at like high prices and maintain the prices high.
It's crazy.
And it says the lawsuit comes not long after Valve Incorporated was accused of ripping off a patent. The company ended up implementing its own discontinued Steam controller. it's so it wow, Valve is just trying to abuse the hell out of Steam, I guess. And this is the thing, not to go into this kind of, because we're about at the end of the show, but here's the thing that I think gamers forget, because the gaming market is based on like joy and the players and users playing with one another and building community, and it's 90% of it's good, but we often forget these companies are just businesses at the end of the day, and some of these companies are really, really dirty, because business can be a grimy game, and like they said, it's not personal, it's business. It can be really cold, and I've gone on record, Ubisoft, great developer, horrible customer service, and business wise is like not the best. So people need to realize at the end of the day, that's why like the fanboy stuff, people got to calm that down, because these companies are here to make money off you, bro. And like, you gotta just understand that and stop like fanboying these companies, and knowing that they're doing stuff like, that's kind of like the ugly side of gaming. Like, gaming is usually a positive thing. You go to these conventions, people, cosplaying, it's awesome. But there is an ugly side of gaming, and that's basically like, the fact that some of these companies are really dirty behind closed doors. And we'll you can always talk about like the push to get games completed and how they treat employees. So there is a dark side of the moon, as we all know. So anyway, that's that. But on a positive note, there's mad games coming out this year that are going to be pretty dope. So we're looking forward to that.
My bad.
Nah, you're good. It's really if you look at it, it's like every game is The Verge, every game coming to Xbox. And if you look at the list, just scrolling down real quick, just look at like.
Oh, by the way, Hitman came out. This just reminded me.
Oh yeah, Hitman 120. Yeah,
yeah. It's getting pretty decent reviews, but I'm hearing that it's kind of short.
Oh damn! Then But see, I'm not trying to pay $59.99 for sure, so I'll have to wait for that. Yeah. But the thing I noticed about this list, not to be, again, this isn't fanboy shit. This is just real. Like, a lot of this says PS5 only, and see, here's the thing. Like Neo, the complete Neo 2 remastered. Like, when it says PS5 only, it says cross-gen no, then it says PC no. So like the games, and not to say, because I know the Xbox fanboys get amped whenever a PlayStation only game comes out on PC, and I'm like, oh, okay, you can be amped, but like, why? Like, part of I like the console exclusives because it drives competition and 100%. It forces people, hey, if you want to play Neo, you have to buy a PS5. And I respect that as a company. And if Microsoft did it too, if Microsoft said, you know what, we're coming out with Gear 6 and you can only play it on the console, they would never do that because they make too much money on PC. But like, I don't know, man. It's kind of a double-edged sword though, because like, I don't know. But it's whatever. But
no, I agree. Like, I enjoy the console exclusives. Like you said, it drives competition. It just pulls more of the creative side of gaming. If it's just one-sided, it gets boring, and it's not good for gamers in general.
Hell yeah.
I still can't wait for It Takes Two. That's March 26th. That would be fire.
Yeah, I can't. We definitely got a co-stream and all that, because I'm that No Way Out was fire, bro. I really enjoyed it, especially
them horseshoes though. Outriders is coming out in April 1st, and I think they have a demo coming shortly, so we can check it out. I think you could play the first mission or two of the game.
Oh, okay.
Before it drops. So.
Oh, that's fire.
Yeah, I can't wait. And it's like you said, with PS5 only, and like the Xbox games say both or whatever. All these games coming out need to be next gen only. PS4 should stop getting games. and you're gonna disagree with me because you still have PS4.
I mean, I got that PS4 though.
I mean,
but no, like Cyberpunk, I don't know.
These games should not be running on old gen.
Yo, 100%. Here's my thing. I would never want a Cyberpunk 2077 to ever happen ever again because it's so fucking disrespectful to gamers, bro. Like, and when I agree, I disagree with Cy when you say no more PS4, but in this instance, I do. If here's my thing, games take 2 or 3 years to develop, so obviously people are developing PS4 games. It's 2021. They had to start developing this game, whatever. If the game's going to come out this year, they will have had started it in 2017, 2018. So I don't expect them to bump it to PS5. But here's my thing. Whatever you have in development, make sure it's for what it's for. And tell people that. Don't make a PS5 game and then add some code to make it compatible with PS4, but then it's broken. Like, if it's going to be PS5, come with PS5. Some people are still like some smaller companies were just developing for PS4, not anticipating that PS5 was going to come out. And that's why I say, oh, don't shut down the PS4 just yet, because like we said, the old gen still go 2-3 years into the new gen. At least that's what we've seen in the past. I mean, I think that time will be shorter now because the way the technology is moving. I think
by the way, God of War Ragnarok, PS5 only.
Ooh, yeah, but yeah, boy. Let me see that. Whoa, but hold on, player. That TBD for that PC though.
That's a fact, but what it looks like is Sony is probably, and this is what they started doing with PS4. Like Horizon came out like 2 years after it dropped on PS4. It came out for PC.
Word.
So, you know what I mean? Like, it's just
no, that's true.
It's gonna come out, and then for PC, it'll probably be like a year or two later, or more. Who knows?
Yeah. No, that's facts.
It's just, the game that I know you're waiting for is not going to be on your fucking console, buddy.
Yo, buddy, I ain't even checking for God of War. I'm looking for Ghost of Tsushima 2, my guy.
This guy.
Let's go. Anyway, yeah, no, that's what's up. And yeah, man. So that's the show for the kids. Did in about an hour. Let's get it.
Yo, shout out to the people that came through and chilled with us.
Yeah, shout out to Fly and Wifey, and there had to be a couple more people that didn't say nothing because we
had some lurkers. I ain't gonna call you out, but I see you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, we see you. We appreciate you coming through. Yeah, man, that was dope. So
yes, sir.
Sai, give them your outro, my guy. Make sure you give them that site that they can go to get them pics behind that paywall, though.
Facts. But you can find me at twitter.com/Scythex_, twitch.tv/Scythex. I should be live tonight, shortly. Also, there's a couple videos dropping soon that's kind of gonna explain some new things coming, so stay tuned for that. And
hell yeah,
I got a channel rebrand happening, so stay tuned for that too.
Let's get that.
I might be getting that artwork tomorrow or possibly Tuesday.
That's dope.
I'm excited. I can't wait what?
Put that on the gram just to show people.
Yeah, I will. I'll definitely tweet it out and do all that fun stuff. So I can't wait. I'm hoping there's very minimal revisions needed, but you tell somebody one thing and then they put it in their head and make it something, and you got to figure out a way to make it work for both. So I'm excited for that. But Try, where can the people find you?
Yo, you can find your boy on Twitter at Trigon411. That at changed, so you can find me at that original GOAT name. And then you can find me on twitch.tv, Trigon411. I usually stream like Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. So I finally got a schedule for I've been doing this for 4 years now. So I finally got a schedule. So that's fire. Also follow us on Twitter at FNG podcast _. I'm going to be getting that platinum and Ghost soon. And then the next game I'm probably going to play, I'm probably going to rock that Battlefront 2, my boy, on PC. So look for those streams if you...
you should definitely do Battlefront before Fallen Jedi. Not because of story reasons or spoilers, but it's just a different experience. And you should hit up that first.
Hell yeah. But yeah, good looking out, people. Appreciate y'all for coming through, and we'll catch you in 2 weeks. Hopefully the who's gonna win the Super Bowl, sorry? The GOAT or Tom Brady?
Kansas City's hard to beat, but my pocket says Bucks, so let's go.
Yo, this
I just threw up in my mouth.
This man going for Tom Brady. This man said he a Jet 2 fraud confirmed.
By the way, I got music playing in the background. Shout out to Matt Cherne, everyone. Like this man drops some crazy music. He was kind enough to let us use a track for our pod.
Now we got a link. Yo, Matt
I'll actually add his the link to this particular song. I'll put it in our description, and also add a link to his channel for more songs. This dude puts out incredible music.
He is an unbelievably gifted musician, like beat maker. Like, shout out to that dude, man. He crushed. I have people listening to his beats on repeat, not even the song, his beats just rolling in the cut. His beats are a whole vibe, like dead ass facts. Like, it's just a vibe, man. Shout out to that dude, for real.
Facts. And with that being said, we out, boys. Let's go.
We out, boys. GG. Catch your boy in that OnlyFans.